No one expected the New England Patriots to emerge as one of the most intriguing stories heading into this NFL season. Just months ago, the franchise seemed lost, adrift in the wake of Bill Belichick's exit, burdened by an aging identity and weighed down by a disappointing four-win campaign. There was no spark, no momentum, and certainly no direction. But somewhere between the silence of winter and the structure of spring, something changed. Quietly, deliberately, the Patriots began to reshape themselves. Not with noise, not with drama, but with intent. What's happening in Foxborough isn't rebuild, it's a realignment, and the rest of the NFL hasn't caught up yet. The changes didn't come with flashy headlines or big spending. Instead, they arrived with surgical precision. Mike Vrabel was handed the headset, Josh McDaniels returned to the play-calling booth, and in a move that turned heads across the league, Stefon Diggs, yes, that's Stefon Diggs, showed up wearing Patriots colors. These weren't stunts, they were statements, a signal to the league that New England isn't flailing, it's recalibrating. At the heart of it all is a rookie quarterback who many wrote off before he ever got a fair shot. But Drake May didn't crumble under last year's chaos, he endured it. And in doing so, he became the centerpiece of this reimagined Patriots team. Because for the first time in years, this organization is offering its quarterback something it's lacked since the Tom Brady era: a plan. To understand where the Patriots are headed, we have to understand just how deep the collapse ran. On the surface, last season looked like a transitional year gone wrong, but beneath the surface, the cracks were foundational. Jerod Mayo, once a revered presence in the locker room, found himself thrust into a position he wasn't quite prepared for. What followed was a year marked by confusion, poor execution, and a glaring lack of identity. The Patriots didn't just lose games, they lost control of who they were. Behind closed doors, the whispers grew louder. Key voices inside the building began to admit what many suspected. The franchise had rushed the post-Belichick transition. Instead of replacing structure with structure, they left a vacuum. And on Sundays, that void was felt most. Players looked lost, play calls came in late, momentum vanished before it even had a chance to take root. It wasn't just ugly, it was unsustainable. So, Robert Kraft stepped in, and this time the reset came with clarity. Vrabel wasn't brought in to rebuild, he was brought in to restore order, and with him came a philosophy that New England had been missing for years: toughness, discipline, and accountability. As for May, his rookie season won't be remembered for stats, it'll be remembered for survival. Thrown into a dysfunctional situation with no true protection, no go-to receiver, and a staff in disarray, May was set up to fail. But he didn't. He adapted. He kept plays alive. He stayed calm under fire. His final stat line, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, tells only a fraction of the story. What matters more is how he responded when the lights were brightest. Against playoff-caliber defenses like Houston and Tennessee, May didn't flinch. He avoided reckless decisions. He made plays with his legs when the pocket collapsed. And most importantly, he looked like someone who could become the guy if given the right environment. That environment finally exists. Vrabel sets the tone, McDaniels brings structure to the offense, and now Drake May has what every young quarterback dreams of: a clean pocket, a real receiving core, and a playbook built around him. The addition of Stefon Diggs isn't just about veteran leadership or route running, it's about gravitational pull. Even in the latter stages of his career, Diggs demands attention. Safeties have to shade toward him. Corners can't afford to gamble. That alone changes the way defenses line up, and it's a gift for a young quarterback still learning the ropes. But Diggs isn't the only weapon. Rookie wideout Kyle Williams is already turning heads with his speed. He's raw, but his burst off the line is something the Patriots haven't seen in years. Adding Demario Douglas, who emerged last season as a dynamic threat out of the slot, and suddenly, this isn't the lifeless Patriots offense of old. It's versatile, it's balanced, and most importantly, it's dangerous. But it all starts up front. Last year, the offensive line was a disaster. This year might be a strength. Rookie left tackle Will Campbell, bruiser out of LSU, arrives with both pedigree and production. He allowed just 5 sacks and over 2,500 college snaps, a staggering number, and plays with an edge that's already drawing praise in training camp. He's not just filling a gap, he's anchoring the future. Veteran leadership often gets overlooked in modern roster construction, but not in New England. The addition of Morgan Moses at right tackle provides exactly what this offensive line lacked last year: toughness, experience, and poise in high-pressure moments. He's not just a stopgap, he's a stabilizer. On the interior, Cole Strange returns healthy at left guard, poised to finally live up to the promise he showed as a first-round pick. And perhaps the biggest surprise in training camp so far? Jarrett Wilson. The rookie out of Georgia is already making a legitimate push to overtake Garrett Bradbury at center. His college tape showed it all: fast hands, elite recognition, and consistent protection against top-tier competition.
For the first time in recent memory, New England's offensive line isn't a liability, it's a foundation. There's youth, depth, and aggression across the front five. If they can keep Drake May upright, and that's a big if in this division, this offense won't just survive, it'll dictate. But the protection, the weapons, the structure, only works if the tone from the top is right. That's where Mike Vrabel comes in. He wasn't hired to channel the past. He was brought in to fix what had quietly unraveled, and already the shift is being felt throughout the building. Vrabel's presence isn't symbolic, it's practical. He's in meetings. He's on the field correcting pad level. He's teaching leverage to linemen and stepping into film sessions with defensive backs. He's coaching all of it, not just overseeing from the sidelines. Vrabel gives Josh McDaniels full autonomy on offense, but his fingerprints are still everywhere. He's redefining accountability, instilling urgency, and setting expectations not with slogans, but with structure. His past success in Tennessee was built on flair. It was built on fundamentals, and now he's bringing that same blueprint to a younger, faster Patriots roster with even greater upside. One of the most exciting pieces in that blueprint is rookie running back Tre'Veyon Henderson. Taken 38th overall, Henderson brings a burst the Patriots haven't had in years. His vision is elite, his acceleration unmatched, and his hands better than advertised. He's not a gadget player, he's a potential bell cow. Once he adapts to the speed of the league, Henderson could take over games in a way New England hasn't seen since the days of prime LeGarrette Blount. That's not a slight to Ramondre Stevenson, who remains a productive and powerful runner. He finished last season with 801 yards and 7 touchdowns, but his grip on the starting role is loosening. Ball security became a recurring problem, and in a system now built around timing and execution, turnovers are non-negotiable. If Stevenson doesn't clean it up, the door is wide open for Henderson to become the primary option. Behind them, Antonio Gibson brings versatility. He's still a wild card, but in passing situations, his agility and receiving ability give the backfield a needed wrinkle. It's a group full of potential and pressure. And on the other side of the ball, that intensity only grows. New England's defensive front has undergone a total transformation. What was once patchwork now looks like a problem for everyone else. Christian Barmore, fully healthy and finally given freedom to attack, anchors the interior. His explosiveness off the line collapses pockets before quarterbacks can set their feet. Lining up beside him is Milton Williams, a quietly dominant presence from Philadelphia who managed 5 sacks last season while eating double teams. Together they form a wall that doesn't just hold, it pushes back. Then come the edge threats. Harold Landry, back in a system tailored to his strengths, looks like the player who posted 9 sacks last year, not by accident, but by design. And Keion White, still just 26, is quickly developing into one of the most disruptive young pass rushers in the conference. He logged 5 sacks as a rookie despite limited snaps, and with more reps, his ceiling rises fast. With Barmore crashing the middle and White and Landry pinching the edges, this front doesn't need blitzes to generate pressure. It thrives on chaos, and chaos is what they'll need in the AFC East. This division is loaded with quarterbacks who live on timing and rhythm. Josh Allen thrives on stepping up. Tua Tagovailoa is lethal when he can get the ball out quick. Justin Fields, now in New York, creates havoc with his legs when protection breaks down. But the Patriots' defense? It's designed to disrupt all of that. Collapse the pocket early, force decisions before they're ready, make plays off script. That's how this unit wins. The question now isn't whether the Patriots are on the right track, it's whether they're a year away or ready right now. Because if Vrabel's system clicks and Drake May keeps developing, New England could go from forgotten to feared in one season flat. Something's stirring in Foxborough, and this time, it's not nostalgia, it's momentum.